Sorry, I've got something in my throat.
Fuck
I
you,
think
that
I'm getting
shit.
sick.
I
So
would, I
if
would
you
love a count. I'd love a count of the amount of episodes that we've done, how many of them I have been some form of ill for like whichever. Like, I'd love to know the ratio that I'm currently rolling in.
are very high.
Very
Winning
high.
percentage is very high at the moment.
My fucking immune system is about as good as the Richmond backline at the minute. It's fucking struggle street. It's letting everything through. It's just like fucking hell. My immune system has just seen Jake Waterman walk past and said, "You know what I'm gonna do? Let you kick fucking six. Good luck, mate. Have fun with this one for the next fucking week."
So I've never thought I'd see the day where Jake Waterman would be a poster boy for us this week. Jake Waterman would be used in a sick analogy, and West Coast win because Jake Waterman kicks 6 goals. Like, if you had that trifecta, money in the bank. Like,
Well played. Fucking well played.
goodness me. I've also emailed Strepsils this week just to see what kind of deal we can get. Um, so I'm looking forward to getting their answer back.
Matt, we could put together a serious ad for Strepsils just on the coughs that I've produced in these episodes. The mute button's getting to work yet today, boys. Let's smash some glass.
That's the play of the game. That is the play of the game. The impossible angle, and he puts it through. And Portly. Danger, 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 danger. Butler, 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 Butler. Get around him. Get around him. Edge of the seat.
Last table episode 44, I think. And I reckon overs and unders 44 for coughs this episode.
I've
Um,
already got about seven to start.
yeah, so I think we're ticking all boxes. But Jared, welcome. It's good to have you
Yes.
back. Our fortnightly episodes are kicking on again, and how you tracking?
Well, I mean, I'm tracking well. The immune system's a different story, but I am tracking well. And enjoying my time. It's getting more towards the Melbourne. Well, we're getting back to Melbourne soon-ish. A bit over a month now, so we're almost there. We're almost on the way back, which is very exciting.
You've had a few emails from people that listen to this show, and there's so many of them. Wanting to know when you come back and when we can have GT back to weekly again. And I said, look, yeah, might have to stay fortnightly because Jared keeps getting sick, so we're not sure on that. But no, it is getting close. So what is it? 6 weeks? 5 weeks?
Yeah, something along those lines. I haven't done the actual math for it, but uh, yeah, scary times. But it's good. Although the time zones for footy are getting worse because the time changed again in the meantime since between the last time episode, I think. So it's now 7 hours difference, which means the lovely Thursday 7:40 games are now at a beautiful 2:40 a.m. here in Las Vegas, meaning I get to wake up at 2:40 a.m. this week to watch the Saints and the Dogs in a classic at Marvel, which I'm so looking forward to.
It really, like, when they do these Thursday night games, I just think, like last week we had the D's and the Lions and shaped really well to be a good game. Throughout this year, I think most Thursday nights have been pretty well, not one-sided, but I think the best one is St Kilda Collingwood. But I remember distinctly last year's St Kilda Dogs game that was at night, and hmm, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
There was a lot of really bad Thursday night games last year as well, to the point where like it got really hard to defend the time slot because they were so bad for so long. Um, and this I think is going to be the epitome of a bad Thursday night football. A Ross Lyon St Kilda team versus a Luke Beveridge Bulldogs team. Fuck me. It might be the worst game of football anyone's ever watched.
Yeah, yeah, I'll put strong odds into that one, I reckon.
I'm excited.
The Dogs coming off of a vigorous performance against the Dons and St Kilda losing in Canberra. It's just spells classic shit, really.
Oh,
It's really nice. But hey, look, I like St Kilda. So hopefully, yeah, they beat the Dogs and Luke Beveridge can get sacked.
that means we get a bold prediction right at some point, which is nice. That's a big win. Big tick in the box. If that
Yeah, I don't
happens.
want to look at it's we're 5 rounds in, man. I don't want to look at those predictions. We
They're already aging badly. I'm pretty sure we both had Melbourne like bottom six.
yeah, yeah, look, that was a bold prediction. And look, after round one, well, not even after opening round, we were booking our holidays, ready to go. Now well, I mean, last week was shit, but I think we're gonna eat a lot of words this year.
Yeah, I think we're not. I think we're looking very good right now.
No. But what we should do is we should do what every mainstream media outlet does, and we should do our power rankings for the first 5 rounds. And I think
Come on.
people would love to hear it. We haven't copied anyone's ideas. This is just our thoughts, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty keen to, hear them.
Now, I was for a long time considering just putting the top five on the ladder because, like, that's what I think of when I see power rankings. It's like, yeah, it's the top five teams in the competition. That's what a fucking ladder means. But I decided to not do that and be like, all right, I'll skip a couple and whatever, and I'll try and figure it out of the rest. So, yeah, I was gonna just pick the top five and be like, oh, first is the Giants because they're the top, and then second, like,
And it's just such a that's the definition of a comment section.
yeah, they're like, oh, I reckon the Giants are flag favorites. I'm like, yeah, because they're first. Is that why you're saying it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's just dead set. Yeah, oh, well, I thought about it, but no, I actually put some effort into it, and by that I meant no effort, just name names.
Looked at the ladder and went, that team looks pretty good. That one looks pretty
Yeah,
good too.
going by the results I've vigorously studied,
Yes.
this is the power ranking. So, do you want to do 5 to 1, and then I'll go for next?
Sure, we'll do that. I was trying to decide between five and six. Like they're like my not they're not really in an order, I wouldn't say. But like there's two teams that I was like sort of tossing up between maybe even three for like the last two spots on my list. Um, and the team that I decided to miss out, so they're not in my top five, is Geelong. Now I know Geelong is very, very good right now, and they are undefeated. However, I don't think it's going to last. So I've decided Geelong isn't going to make the cut. And the two that made it in that little bottom pit are Port Adelaide, and this one's going to really fuck with everyone. And I'm sorry, but I put Brisbane in there. So I put
Are
Brisbane in
you
there, right?
watching 2023, or I know you're that
I've
far
put
behind, but what's
I've
going
put
on?
Brisbane in there for the reason of they started the year very badly. Yes, there is no denying that at all. However, their last 2 weeks have been good. I know it was against North Melbourne. You don't have to tell me, but they were very, very good against Melbourne, and Melbourne are were one of the form teams in the comp. I think from now they get their shit together. They have a very good team still. I think they're still going to be in the finals and pressuring a lot. As long as they can get a home final to kick themselves off, like, fifth or sixth, I think they'll be fine. So I've decided to put Brisbane in there. And then Port, obviously. Port and Geelong, I see like at the minute, like playing like very similar levels, Port and Geelong. However, Port's age being younger makes me feel like gives them better hope of going further because the old blokes at Geelong could just all collapse at once and then they're all fucked. So I decided that Port was the team that I'd have in that place. Because yeah, the young blokes are dominating and the young midfielders dominating. And yeah, that's just how it's working. So that's those two down the bottom. Um, and then the top three, I think, are about similar pegging. And I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to feature in yours, which is GWS, Sydney, and Carlton. Those are the not top three, I suppose. But those are the three that I've got. Very similar reasons for all of them. The Giants are as good as everyone thinks. Sydney is still very good. Carlton, despite losing to Adelaide and almost losing to Freo because of shenanigans, are still very good anyway. I think their forward line is more than good enough, Carlton. And I just love Sydney and GWS. They're just really good, even though GWS broke my fucking heart on the weekend. But that's unrelated. That's my five. They're the five that I think the window is open for this year.
That's after 5 rounds too. So we'll
Yep.
check back in
Check back
another
in around
5 rounds time.
10.
Just
Yes.
quickly before I give you mine, Sam Walsh played pretty well on the weekend in his comeback game.
I want to fucking hear about it. Okay. I saw the stats. No one yell at me. Okay. Nobody yell at me. I know Sam Walsh was good. Just give it time. Give it time.
Yeah, nothing better than
I don't
coming
want to
back
hate on
from.
this guy. I don't want to pray on this guy's downfall, but just give it time.
Yeah, there's nothing better than him coming back from a serious back injury, losing in by 2 points. But the one main thing that I was hearing out of the Carlton camp on the weekend was he just wanted to stick it to one man and one man only, and that man's not even in the country at the moment. So
Yeah,
I'll
it's
let you
forget.
ponder on who that may be. I'll give you my five, and since you're doing honourable mentions and yours was Geelong, which is a bit of a shock, this might shock you. My honourable mention at the moment is Sydney.
Oh, okay.
You can't lose to Richmond at the G, who just lost to West Coast, and then just beat West Coast in Adelaide by 3 or 4 goals, and consider yourself. Well, they're good, but I don't think they're
Okay.
showing what they should have probably done the last couple of weeks, what they were doing in the first few rounds. So my fifth spot is Freo
Oh, flag
because
mantle live.
yeah, well, the way they played Carlton and Port probably should have won both games. Their first 3 rounds of the year were really, really good. They bet the Brisbane side at home. Their defense is clearly the best in the league. Attacking, maybe not there yet, but I consider them right in the mix at the moment. And they play somebody this week. Can't tell you who, but they'll probably do well again. So
Play 18. They play one of the 18.
yeah, they play. They're definitely playing in the AFL this week. So they're just
Not the Waffles.
definitely
Didn't get relegated for the week.
probably one of the South or West or whatever they're called. Frios, yeah. One of them are playing this week. Fourth, I've got Carlton.
Yeah.
Uh, don't have to explain myself there. They just lost to Adelaide, but the rest have been pretty good. So I think they haven't been great, but they've
No,
been probably the most consistent. One of the more consistent sides. Probably have to work on their defense a little bit. Third, I've got Port. You can't be. So they're third because they're the third best attacking team and the third best defending team in the
I
comp.
did see
So
that stat today. I did see that stat on somewhere.
so may as well be third in my rankings too. We're just humming Port at the moment. I think they're just under the radar, a lot of people's radar, including yours. So anyway, we'll continue on with that. GWS the second, simple as that. Bet
Yep.
your mob on the weekend. They look really good. They play Carlton this week, so
Good game.
that could be the adjustment of power rankings. And first is Geelong. I think they're yeah, I hate it. I hate the
It's a bit,
fact that they're humming. They're just beating teams left, right, and centre, and don't look like slowing down, even though they're 40 plus years old.
yeah. That Geelong game, like the one that they just played against North, that was the most fucking GMHBA Stadium game of all time. I turned the TV on, I forgot who was playing. I was working and I was like, what game am I covering today? And it was Geelong North, and I was like, Geelong's gonna win this by about 75 because it's a day game at Geelong. And they always end up just being a Geelong thrashing that you forget about in a week's time. And sure fucking enough, same shit.
Yeah, and they didn't even have Tom Hawkins. I think they arrested him because he stayed up too late watching the golf or something. I heard.
I did hear them say that. They were watching too much Masters, so old Tommy couldn't roll out of bed in the morning. It said Shannon Neal decided to come in and kick three or whatever.
Just so the best way to win and be consistent is in the AFL is to have about 5 or 6 blokes that wear headbands and are blonde, and the
Yep.
rest of your squad be about 35 plus, and have a
So
ground that gets constructed every 3 weeks.
yeah, it's a winning formula. Every team should just do the same thing.
Bastards. Anyway, that's my ranking. So we're
I mean, I find
somewhat.
it I find it interesting. So like we're more different than I thought we are going to be. I find it interesting that neither of us went with Melbourne.
Nah, well, they were lucky to lose to Port, who played the best game all year and lost. And then they bet a Crows outfit who did kick straight, and probably would have got them if they kicked straight. But yeah, I heard this week as well they're requesting to play all their games in Adelaide now as well. So
Well, the home games in Adelaide. Yeah,
I
look,
think they're that sixth or seventh side. They're not terrible.
no.
I don't know. Someone, I think it was Lee Montagna, who brought it up, and they're not as good as what they seem. And I kind of believe that. So that's probably why I didn't put them in there. But they'll probably bounce back after their bye and stick it to us, which always
Yeah.
happens with whatever we say on this stupid place.
My thing is like I always think Melbourne are good and like they're a good regular season team. But I just have this thing of the way their forward line is set up isn't I don't think it's good enough to win the flag. Like I've said that their forward line is there's nothing really there. They've got a great midfield. Jack Viney continues to play ridiculously good football. And like track didn't have his best game on the weekend, admittedly, but like, you know, they're a very good side. I just think their forward line is good enough, and it just makes me just a little bit too worried about them. It's kind of the same with Sydney. Like I've still put Sydney high, but like same kind of deal in that I don't know how good their forward line is. So yeah, interesting. There's a lot to think about with the days.
Yeah, we'll revisit those power rankings in about 5 weeks' time into round 10 because yeah, we're going to be that generic football podcast now.
Look at us go. Well, you say
Re-
that, but then the rest of this episode's going to get completely fucking off the rails, I think. So,
Oh yeah, no, we're just definitely ticking the box of you'll have to talk
we're
about
doing
footy at
we're
some
doing the actual
stage.
football. Yeah, we're doing the actual footy brain stuff now, so that the rest of this episode can be fucking gibberish.
Yeah, so stay tuned. If you've left, come back.
Come back.
Just quickly before we get into the question of the week, just a quick update on the goal count for Chol and Lewis. Currently up to a high 9 right now between the two. 6 for Chol, 3 for Lewis. So
Slow down, they have. They're
yeah,
worried.
so 5
Yeah,
rounds in, they need another 66 goals
good
with
luck to them.
19 rounds to go. So
Good luck to
um, all the very best. They play North this week. They could genuinely double that.
them. They could. And it's just Chol. Chol will do it all.
Yeah. Anyway, so keep up to date with that one. I'm glad that's tracking nicely. Got that counter going. Question of the week, Jared. What was it?
This week, on the back of the Saints releasing the beautiful candy stripe jersey, not in the round that just passed, but one before. So if you could bring back one former jumper of your club, what would it be? Obviously, Port did one last year. That was an absolutely gorgeous one. The white lightning bolt down the middle was beautiful. The Saints seem to do it every year. They released the stickman and the candy stripe, and we had the yellow one for a training jumper, but didn't actually bring it back properly. And we've done the hot cross button stuff. We had a couple answers. The funniest one is from Cooper, who is an Essendon fan, and he just said we have none. We have zero.
Oh, the gather round jumper, by the way, was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've been bad.
It looked like someone did a skid mark
Bad
on it.
ones. Yeah, Essendon have got some really, really bad ones. I remember the seatbelt one. Remember the seatbelt sash?
I know you're
Bring that back.
promoting.
Bring back the seatbelt.
I tell you what, no one's locked into their bloody woes at the moment, even though they had a good win last week. Like don't strap yourselves in for anything coming in their future anytime soon. But what did they do? Good on the weekend. Xavier Dersman as well, by the way, just
And then
throwing in a bit of that. Yeah. Didn't see him for the rest of the game after that. Not
I
sure
was, I
why.
was I was just about to make the joke, being like, "Where'd you go, Anthony?"
I
That's
hear
a taste
voices,
of come,
but I
ladies and gentlemen.
cannot see who's talking at the moment.
Taste of what's to come, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see that in a little
Oh, you best believe.
bit.
I did see, and now majority of these were probably port ones. I can see also West Coast one as well, by the way, looks elite, the one they brought back.
Yep, absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
Would love to buy their long sleeve one.
hmm
Renee brings back the one I'm campaigning for right now, is the 2004-5-6 Clash report, which was the lightning bolt. And it's just stunning.
Yeah,
Like, bring it back.
yeah, it's beautiful. I remember like I don't know what it is, but I think of my footy cards when I see that jumper. I think of the Port footy cards for some reason. It's just so nice, and I just like you could change it to make it like a more modernized version and still look so good. I definitely think I should bring that back because beautiful.
Just think of like Brett Ebert, Peter Burgoyne,
Yeah,
those types of
I was
players
gonna say
running.
I was Peter Burgoyne. I see that jumper and I think Peter Burgoyne.
Like this, there was a day against Carlton at the MCG where we were like trailing all day. Peter Burgoyne kicked like five in the second half, and we won the game in that Guernsey. Just like it's obscure games like that that brings back memories.
Yeah, absolutely. I the one we got on Instagram, it's from my sister actually, which is very funny because she's not a Carlton fan. And she said the yellow Carlton kit, which is one of the worst jumpers anyone's ever seen. So, don't know what she was going for there. awful jumper. Never bring that back. Ever. And I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. It's probably not. Carlton's jerseys, when they don't have just the normal one, usually are awful. I hate their one this year, hated their one last year, hated the light blue, hated the grey. I hate every Carlton jumper except for the main home one.
I don't mind the white one. I
See, I
think of
don't.
like
Mm,
I like it's like a way Eddie Betts type of thing. That's what I think of.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, I've just
But that was shit in that Guernsey. So
so
like,
there's a lot of bad jumpers going around.
do you reckon like they say, oh, let's bring back Heritage Round. Oh, let's bring back, all the old great Guernseys. Let's just have a shit kit round.
Yeah, all the worst ones. Everyone bring back the
Just
worst jumpers.
just shit kit round. Like let's just look ugly playing footy. Footy looks
Yeah.
shit anyway now. So like let's just make it shit kit round.
My favorite thing about that idea is if you did shit kit round, it brings back my favorite jumper and our worst one, which is the yellow crossbar. It is well regarded as the worst one. However, I fucking love that jumper, and I've been wanting them to bring it back for an actual game for as long as anything. All I
I
want,
love it.
yellow hot cross bun, and they never give it to me. And then yeah, I'm just really sad about it.
Aaron Hamill is what I think of.
Yes, yes, a very young Nick Rewalt. Like,
Yes,
yeah, beautiful. Oh
I
man.
like it. I would bring it back.
Oh,
I'd also bring
oh,
ours back, which is the 2009. We wore it once. It was like teal socks. It was white. And it looked like someone drew the Thunderbolt on it. It's just, I just think of Tom Logan taking a specky on top of Luke Hodge. I'd bring it back.
yeah, that's fair.
I think it was white socks, actually. I can't remember now.
Who knows?
It was a great Guernsey. It's actually, I'd love it. It's
There's some
shit,
really,
but I love it.
yeah, there's been some really good. Like Adelaide's one they've worn, I wore last week was really nice. It's not like a direct thing, but it's a very good replica. Obviously, the Eagles one. Seeing Harley Reid in that old Eagles jumper, oh man, oh, oh,
They are, he's got a, yeah, he's pretty good, that
something
guy.
about him that Harley Reid. I've been very what's the word? Not critical of Harley Reid. I've been very like, oh, he might not be as good as everyone says. And I watched him like watched the replay on the weekend. I was like, fucking yeah, right, pretty good, eh?
Yeah, there was that moment where I think everyone's seen it, the way he stormed from the pack, and
Best back, yeah.
yeah.
I just watched the
But
highlights and
anyway,
everything I was like, God damn. Harley.
I re- he just made Richmond look shit. I mean, they are, but
They are pretty bad.
the one thing I don't like is they just start campaigning. Oh, you're gonna, fend off Dusty.
They make it a bigger deal than it actually is. Yeah.
Sam Powell Pepper did it in his debut year. Did it
Which I
to
would
Sean Burgoyne.
take us the other day.
Yeah.
I would say nothing about
No, let's talk about the number one draft picks. Anyway, doesn't
that.
matter. I don't think there was any else, was there?
No, we had there's some of the old port ones that the old Port Magpies ones. Like it's the prison bars, obviously, but like they are the old school ones with the Jets Press logo on the top.
You wouldn't even know what Jets Press is, would you?
Nah.
I don't know. I'm just
Do I
asking
do
you
I
a
look
question.
up do I look up Jets Press? Is that what I'm doing right now? Here we go. Let's find out what Jets Press is. On the
Okay, go
on yeah, I was about to say on US internet doesn't exactly work very well. New York Jets is the only thing that comes.
Yep. So the New York Jets sponsored
On
Port
support.
Adelaide back in the 80s and 90s.
I can't even look up Jets Press Port Adelaide. It still comes up with nothing. What the fuck?
Yeah, look, it doesn't really matter too much. They're not sponsoring. I'm pretty sure they don't exist anymore, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You want to do the thing?
Let's do the thing. This might be, honestly, like when I say this might be the thing I've looked forward to the most on any podcast we've ever done.
Yeah.
So I'm about to have so much fun with this.
So to give a bit of a backstory, obviously JT and I are, well, I've come into it. JT's been around for a while, wrestling fans. And the last 6 months we've been on a journey and it culminated at WrestleMania. Obviously, you've heard, Rhea Ripley was Super Sexy nominee a couple of weeks ago. We saw Cody Rhodes win the championship, finish the story, all of that. We saw the greatest 5 minutes in wrestling history.
The
So
end
we
game of
thought, Hey?
The end game of wrestling. in
Yeah,
5 minutes.
and I've watched that video so many times. Um, so we thought, what a better way to celebrate it all and really bring out the nerds in us is we'd combined our two favorite entertainment factors, and that's WWE and AFL. So we've come up with the wrestling AFL 9 side. We've both
Mhm.
got one, and when I came up with this idea, I thought this may genuinely make me a millionaire. I don't think
Brilliant.
so, but regardless, I'm keen to see. So, do you want to go first?
Sure. Do you want me to do my whole team before? We'll do team by team. Okay. Let's start. We'll start on the bench. All right. We'll start on the bench. Let me tell you, this is a fucking stacked bench. Okay, so we got two on the bench. These two,
Stacked with two.
yeah, stacked with two. These two, I picked both. So like, I picked one as a tall that can play any of the key positions on the field. So either a key forward, a key back, can chop out in the ruck if needed. And then I picked one that could play any of the smaller positions. So like an inside mid, the smaller defender, the small forward. Anyway, so I've gone with the Undertaker as my big dude. Right, seen him fly before, so he can fly for marks. Seen him punch a lot of people, which means he can punch a lot of balls, put him in the back line. And of course, he's huge. You can just tap shit down. So that's the Undertaker as one. We've then got as our other one on the bench, we've got Kurt Angle. I was I was what's the word? Influenced to this by Chad Gable today because he's like the second coming of Kurt Angle. And I'm like, he's just versatile, he's quick, he's nimble, he's little, he can do whatever he wants. So my fucking bench is stacked, right? Undertaker and Kurt Angle, which I love.
I love it.
Right. The Rock, it'd be silly of me not to go with the Great Khali. It has to be the Great Khali of someone of that variety. I'm sure yours will be pretty similar, if not the same. The Great Khali's got to be up there. He does the whole chop thing, which is just a ruck tap, but in reverse. It'll be fine. So, so I'll go with the Great Khali and the Ruck. My midfielders. So I've got an outside mid and an inside mid. Now, first I've gone the inside mid, someone that's going to both get the ball and tackle, lay hard tackles, be the ultimate opportunist when the ball comes in, and that is the rated R superstar Edge, right? My inside midfielder is Edge. Got the perfect spot for it. My, my outside midfielder is someone that I need a lot of run and a lot of flair. So I've gone with Jeff Hardy.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say Flair and say Ric Flair then. That would have been elite, but I love
Oh
it.
yes, my
Swanton
bad. I've
bomb.
gone with yep. Jeff Hardy is my outside mid. My forwards. So I wanted a smaller one and then one that I know has got a bigger body, but I wanted a little bit versatile. I don't want him to just be a plugger and just sit there. Great Khali is slow as shit anyway, so we need some people to move around the ground, right? So for the small forward first, I needed someone that's quick and he knows how to kick. And who better knows how to kick right now than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels? Tuning up the band in the forward pocket, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels would kick absolute snags. Okay. And then alongside him is the currently, it was listed as 270 pounds, which, by the way, is way out of proportion. He's definitely not this big. But anyway, I've gone with someone that's definitely going to be nimble and quick, and he's just made a comeback recently, Randy Orton, as my key
I love
forward.
it.
Up top, he is taking marks. He is absolutely pulling him down from out of nowhere. Well, hey, good one there. I'm having the best time with this, by the way. This was like the funnest list to come up with of all time. I'm having so much fun. And then my two defenders. My two defenders. So my key defender first is someone that I know is going to be an absolute general down back. That's going to come in handy. You'll probably get it already. Someone absolute general down back. It's going to lead the troops, and he is very, very hard to get past. And that is Gunter or Gunther or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the Ring General. So that's that one. This one. I don't know why I thought of it, but I was watching an Instagram reel. It was from Triple M, and it was talking to Stevie Baker, right? Now, Stevie Baker was an absolute prick of a footballer. It was like I was watching the video about him with Stevie J, and he just kept hitting his hand, and I was like, "Who is like a small little like rat that I know would just like really fucking piss people off?" So I've gone with Tommy Dreamer, right? Who might be my favorite pick of this entire list.
That is So obscure. Holy fuck. Holy shit. That's what a team.
That team is winning so much football. Oh man. Fuck. That shit is funny.
So just one more time,
Yeah.
straight shoot, the nine you've got from defense to bench.
The nine I've got, so we've got Gunter and Tommy Dreamer in the back line. In the midfield, we've got Jeff Hardy and Edge. In the ruck, we've got the Great Khali. In the forward line, we've got Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton. And on the bench, we've got The Undertaker and Kurt Angle.
When I talk about when I talk about peak entertainment right now.
It's the best. I've been looking forward to this all day. You have no idea.
That is by far. I wish I put an obscure person in there now because mine aren't
Tommy
so
Dreamer really
obscure.
caught you off guard. Tommy Dreamer
That's
really
re-
caught you off guard.
that's thrown me because like he's just like the equivalent of when GWS were coming into the AFL and they're picking up the listed free agents and stuff, and he's got a couple of games on the board but hasn't really done much with his career, so they've gone, well, he'll do. That is extremely funny.
He just gives me the vibes of like, yeah, Stevie Baker, who like literally only went out there to fuck with people. Tommy Dreamer did not go out there to win matches. Tommy Dreamer went out there to get chairs and kendo sticks and just start beating the shit out of people. That's all he cared about, did not care about anything else. And that is exactly like I wouldn't have even picked him except for the fact that I watched that Stevie Baker video and I was like, fuck, that's funny. I gotta put it in.
Oh, I don't know if I can match that. That's very funny. I'll do like you. I'll go from the bench and come through to the back line.
Mhm.
So first one, I thought he can roam anywhere. He's a similar type. He back pocket, forward pocket, can be a little inside mid. I've gone with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That's a spectacular pick. That's one that I would have put on after my nine was done. I was like, I should fit Ray in there somewhere, but I'm not. Like, I'll leave him out. Good
And
pick.
just in case, in the future we've got a locked in father son already. So, just keeping that in mind. So I'm already looking to the future with this
You're looking
team.
at the future. You're building for the future, your team. Mine's built for the now, you're built for the future. That's well played.
Speaking of the future, I've gone with a utility, similar type to how you used him, but Randy Orton starting on the bench for me. I think, save him for the big moments because he's a big moment person and just I can't use your pun, so I'll just leave that with your team. Uh, in the forward line, I've actually, yeah, same as you. He can kick, he can just do anything. He will be standing up in the big moments. Shawn Michaels, yeah,
Great pick.
tuning up
Spectacular.
the band was a fucking sensational quote. The next, I just want someone to stamp their authority up there, and I want them to have a presence. And who better than the people's champ, the final
Yeah.
boss, The Rock? Whoever's playing on him down there is just good luck.
I'm just picturing him standing in the goal square just to the crowd, just
Yeah, it's just and he's lining up for goal, and his pre-run up routine is just the pull off the thing. He's just pulling that off.
when players take their mouth guards out, he's just like
Puts it in his shorts and just runs.
this is so fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be awesome. In the ruck, uh, you know, I want big presence. I was thinking the Great Khali, but he can do so many things, and he's got a wicked punch. The Big Show. He's
Nice.
just
Good
getting it
pick.
forward,
Good
just
pick.
getting it around. He can't move well, but he's a real presence in the middle there. I've gone with right under him. I feel like, again, I look to the future, but I look for I look for people that can get it done, and Cody Rhodes can get it done
Yeah.
right underneath. He's really good at and when it gets to the crossroads, I think he can stand up in those situations.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for the button.
um, I have picked a another midfielder, but I can't see him.
Yeah.
If
There's a
he's
call
getting,
Australia.
he's going 50 and getting no touches. Yeah, and when I say no touches, touches on him, and I think he's got captain quality.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
So John Cena is going to be underneath the big show as
Tell you
well.
what, that's a cheat code putting someone that you can't see in the middle of the park.
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to line up on him.
You're guarding space.
I didn't even think about that. Fuck.
Yeah, well, he was the first name I put down. But
Good,
then I
good call.
realized I'm playing with 8, so I'm not sure what's going on. um, and then the two defenders. Now, when I did this, I thought, how do I want my defense to look? Do I want them to be nimble? And that's why I put Rey Mysterio on the bench. He can play small. Randy Orton's versatile, can play anywhere. So I thought, fuck it. I'm going to scare the living shit out of the forwards that are going to line up on
Trees.
them.
Some trees back there.
So when you go down forward to play your game and you hear the gong go off
Oh, yeah.
and you're lining up against the Undertaker, you're not kicking goals, son.
No, it's not
Absolutely
happening.
not. And I'm just telling you right now, no one down in the opposition's forward line is kicking goals because Stone Cold said so. Like, honestly,
Fuck, that's a scary backline.
it
Holy
is,
shit.
isn't it? If you rock up and you see a quad bike and
And beers.
beers just sitting there, you're not kicking goals. So that's the 9. And I thought as a bit of an extra, we need someone to get the team going. And even though I'll be the coach, I needed an assistant manager, and Paul Heyman, the wise man, is going to be right
I
next to
was
me.
literally just about to say my coach, if it wasn't me, would be Paul Heyman. So, yeah, well played.
Yeah.
Well played, the man.
So every time, teams have like never tear us apart, and all that they'll run out to. But I'm just going to have my manager walk out there and go, ladies and gentlemen, my name
My
is
name.
Paul Heyman. And he's going to introduce the team as they come out. So
Yeah, I'm like looking at my team right now. Paul Heyman would suit well. Tommy Dreamer, ECW guy. Paul Heyman was obviously ECW. And I have in here Jey Uso, who was part of the Bloodline with him as well. I got a lot of fucking synergy in this. You got The Rock. I got a lot of contributions here that Paul Heyman fits very nicely in with. So good
I,
decisions.
I think so overall, I've gone with big names, but it's a big name team. Like it has
You've
to be
got
a big name team. Special mentions to blokes I'm scouting at the moment, Roman Reigns, but um, once you lose a title, you sort of just fall out of favor with picking those players.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, yeah, stuff like that. I'm just not thinking. I was
That's
going to
right.
go.
Pick, but his body just can't quite hold up a little bit. His body's just might be a little bit too broken for me. So, yeah.
One other one I did consider putting in as a bit of a left field, and I think he really suits like the centre half forward name is Bret the Hitman Hart.
Sharpshooter.
I just really think he suits. If I want someone to kick accurately,
Fuck. Why would I not even? Why would I have not even thought of him? His nickname is literally the fucking sharpshooter. Why would I not put
yeah.
him in the forward line? Damn. Yeah, that's well played. Good pick.
And one other one, and I'm just naming people now because it's fun.
Yeah.
I really thought, someone like a Brock Lesnar would be in
Yeah.
there just as
He's
a.
like a John DeGoey, Jake Stringer. Like he's the big name. He's
Oh
just the
yeah,
guy that
definitely
just
put him in the same category.
get him the
Yeah,
ball, and run.
yeah, I wouldn't say run, but definitely get in the ball. Yeah.
Run or just get the ball and just start just putting your elbows out and just hitting people. That's a good call
Yeah.
too.
So there, just to read out, like you did the 9 from defense to bench, so it's Austin, Taker, Cena, Big Show, Rhodes, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. That's the AFL 9s. And I'm pretty happy with it.
That's fucking awesome. That's fair. You've got a lot of WrestleMania appearances in the recent one, which is insane to think about because The Rock and The Undertaker were there.
Oh
You've done
yeah,
it.
they were in Philadelphia, not for the fact that they're there to finish the story. They were actually signing their
Training
AFL
camp.
Nines contract.
They're at a training camp. Getting
Yeah,
ready.
so I was getting them all to run up the rocky stairs, just getting them ready to go. Hmm.
This was so fun. I was just looking
Yeah,
at this list now, like, fuck, this is so good.
I think that might be the peak of this show right now.
Yeah, that's probably it. I think can't believe I put fucking Tommy Dreamer. Oh, anyway.
So what I'll do is I'll make a couple of graphics. I'll put them up on the socials, and people can vote for which team they would pick.
Which one they would do?
Um, yeah, and we'll put that head to head and see how we go. But
That's
overall, yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun picking that, and I think by far that was, yeah, brilliant, really good.
my favorite one that we've ever done. That is so funny. I just couldn't stop laughing. That's the best.
Yeah, both of those teams were really, really sexy.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do it in the last bit before you made me speak again. That was what I thought was going on.
No, I was really trying to make it simmer,
Yeah.
but just
Simmer into the stupid sexy segment.
yeah, I was stupid, sexy simmering.
That sounds good.
Yeah, kind of ruined it. But anyway, let's do the segment.
Stupid sexy.
All right, Jared, stupid, sexy.
Yes.
The last person that you had, Rhea Ripley, relinquished the title, so you pretty much jinxed her.
Yeah,
Um,
horrible luck on my half.
yeah, and Sydney Sweeney starred in Madam Web, which was a downright train wreck. So you really had a good
Not
start
in a
to the
good
year in
way.
terms of jinxing these people. But as we do, as per normal, we pick the sexiest people in the world and ventured into other areas which have been kind of interesting. TikTok haven't even liked it, so we'll
TikTok
just
is
keep
my
going
fault.
with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll keep going. We'll ticking the box. So do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm going to steal your catchphrase and go, I'm going to stick with the men. Because seem to get in trouble for it
Can't
last
really
time.
say that because you haven't been sticking it to the
Because I
men.
haven't
You
been. I know. I know. I'm going back. Oh, that sounds even worse. I'm going back to the men. That was a struggle. Oh,
We really
anyway.
started well with power rankings, and now
Anyway,
we're here. We have
we're back.
range.
We do have range. Welcome, everybody. This is what we bring to the table. So, okay, mine. So obviously, as of yesterday, the Masters finished. So for those that don't know what the Masters is, that is the one of the best golf tournaments, one of the four majors in the US. And the majors was very, very fun. It was won by Scotty Scheffler. He's not my guy, but I'm just saying that was what happened. Anyway, there was an Australian golfer that was tied sixth, I want to say. And let me tell you, when I say, so he's part of the Live Golf Tour. So for those that know golf, there's the PGA Tour and the Live Golf Tour. There's a lot of issues because the Live Golf Tour is just like, here's all of the money, have the money, but like the tournaments aren't as good. It's the Saudi Arabian one, it's the whole thing. So Cam Smith, right, the Aussie golfer. Now, he's a great looking dude. However, you wouldn't fucking know it because they refuse to broadcast him because he's part of the Live Golf Tour. And I was sitting here watching in poor old America, being like, where is my Cam Smith? Because they just didn't show him. And I was so upset. He was tied sixth. He was so close to the top for like the entire tournament. And yet they didn't fucking show him. So Cam Smith, I am showing you the recognition that you deserve. You are my stupid, sexy person of the week. Cam Smith. You got a very nice stash, very long hair, very long curly hair. Good looking dude. Same name as a cricketer. Cam Smith.
Same name as a cricketer.
I believe so.
That may be arguably the worst pick anyone's
Nope.
ever had, ever.
Nope.
I'm looking at a picture of Cam Smith right now, and honestly, if Sid from Ice Age had a moustache,
Nope. Good looking dude.
yes,
Nope.
that's why they don't broadcast him. Is your sickness affecting more than your cough?
I like him. All right. He's cool. Maybe it's the fact that like I've got to think like he's an Australian golfer. I feel the national pride and I'm upset at the fact that they didn't show him on TV enough. I'm like, give him some respect. Okay, he's a good golfer. So I think it's partially that as well.
I'll put some respect back into this segment.
I'm pretty sure you picked like Tim English last year.
I didn't pick Tim English. It was Max Holmes.
Oh yeah, that one. That was bad.
But I'm not in the workforce to get judged on my picks. So fine, whatever.
You're gonna judge
What
me on
on?
my pick instead.
I have to call out shit when I see it.
What?
You could have said yourself, and I would have had more respect than.
What's yours? Go.
And mine's a woman. Now, for multiple reasons. She's a very beautiful lady, everything like that, and it's sticking with the WWE theme. But we here at the Glass Table podcast we love commentary, we love sounds,
Oh, yep.
and her particular voice is outright by far the greatest announcing voice ever. She is beating the voice of Bruce Buffer. I'm talking. She has the elegancy of Dennis Cometti. She has nothing compared to what Kelly Underwood wished she had. Um, Samantha Irvin,
Yeah. Yeah.
welcome to Stupid Sexy. Now, to have someone like that announcing names, announcing champions, it is a pure joy to listen to. And we love a good voice. So she can come with a voice into the Stupid Sexy Hall of Fame just about because she's a stunner.
Yeah. Look, you got me covered this week, admittedly. I'll admit you got me covered this week. Yeah, she's great. And I also love the fact that she is so what's the word? Passionate about like the WWE and everything. Like she cares. She cried like 4 times at WrestleMania trying to announce people's names, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Like she actually gives a shit. Man,
Mhm.
fantastic. Absolutely. You've got me covered this week. I will gladly concede defeat on this one because you got me well covered.
Honestly, you should concede defeat every week with a pick like that. That's um, in fact, I'm closing the tab because honestly, I don't want to look at it anymore. It's just
I'm trying to give the guy some respect after a tough week. All right.
we're a football podcast, man. You can't give credit to a golf person, and you've given them the stupid sexy tag.
WWE wrestlers for the last 3 weeks.
I respect your hustle for picking Australians in other outlets
Trying.
overseas and stuff like that. So really, really respect that. But yeah, hmm, I've got no words to be honest. And to be honest, I'm
We're gonna
glad
have some
that pod
picks.
the
We're
glad
gonna
the
have
podcast
some
is over.
picks.
We've gone through arguably the most fun I've ever had into you picking Cam Smith. It's
Oh, we did it. How's that?
great fun.
Yeah, man, that AFL Nines team. I'm gonna be thinking about that. It's just,
We need to
it's,
come up with another thing because I reckon we can. Well, we didn't even fit in like someone like CM Punk, the best in the world. Like,
I don't know. I should. Our next one should be like a team that we make just based off somebody's nicknames, like not about like their body type or anything like that. Just like the nicknames they are, like the sharpshooter and like best in the world and like the beast. You know, like
all right, I like that. AFL Nine's nickname team.
AFL Nines did that. We can make it not even WWE. You can make it everything.
It's
Anyone
everything.
that has anything that has a nickname that would be good in an AFL team, if they're basing it off their nickname, we'll do that. I like it.
Oh boy,
Some good research for the next 2 weeks.
I know this definitely wasn't done the morning of.
Nope.
No. Anywho, that's another episode. Do you want to say any last words?
Thanks for joining us. For those that don't watch WWE, that would have been really painful for a lot of that.
I didn't even think of those people.
For those that do, though, should have been having just as much fun as we. That episode, I'm pretty sure that episode was entirely for us. That's not for anyone, that's not for any audience. That is just for us.
Think
It's
about
so
that.
niche. It's the most niche thing we've ever done. And it's really funny. So, yeah.
I'm so sorry in advance. Actually, I'm not even. I can't be so in advance because it's the end of the
Sorry,
pod.
sorry, because of, yeah.
If you've made it this far, I'm so sorry.
Well done, though. Seriously. Unbelievable.
Someone in the comment section as well of a previous video that I did um, said acknowledge me. So I did, like, yeah, just. Oh, maybe we could do like wrestling moves. April 9's wrestling moves.
And financial moves that would be good on the football field.
Do you reckon Edge would get rubbed out for weeks for doing a spear? Dangerous tackle.
I feel like I feel like the world's strongest punch might might get it over the line.
That's pushing
That's
Baz
Barry
Hall.
Hall. That's Barry
Yeah.
Hall 8 weeks level. That's a bit tough.
Yeah. Randy Orton, Undertaker might get, even Stone
Randy
Cold might
Orton,
get done for a
Randy
high
Orton's
tackle.
punt might be a little bit. Randy Orton's
Oh,
punt
he'd
might
have
be
a
a little
good
bit.
kick though.
Yeah,
Drop
I
punt.
think that's partially the reason why I put him in the fold. I forgot to mention is because he's got the kick on the punt, and I'm like, fuck, that's pretty good, eh?
The fact we've got so many reasons.
They all work. Everything works.
Anyway, thanks for watching. How should we sign
Thanks,
this
bro.
off?
I have no idea.
Should we do like disappear?
Oh yeah, just like fade off the screen as we just